6 of Python tutorial. In today's class, we are going to learn about variables in Python. We will see what is variable, and there are some rules and regulation to make a variable that we are going to see. In coding language, variable is nothing. If I tell you in simple, if I give you a simple example, variable is nothing but a container. It's like a container where we are storing the things. Okay, in container we store things. In coding language, if you're making a programming language, if you are writing a code for any purpose, right? If you are writing a code for the data, student data, so you have to make, you don't need to write a code again and again to stop that looping in your code. You make a particular variable regarding related to your programming, related to your program, so that it will be easy to write a code for you. So, for example, a equal to 1. So, here in this example, a is a variable, equal to sign, any variable is a sign with equal to sign, and 1 is a value which is stored in value variable a. Okay, so a equal to 1. Here a is a variable, 1 is a value, and both the things are related to each other with equal to sign. So we were going to see practically as well. That time you will get to know more about, get to understand more easily about variable. So not wasting much time, let's starting with variables in Python. Okay, what is the agenda of today's classes? We are going to learn what is variable, naming rules in Python, practical example, and data types. Okay, let's start with definition of variable. What exactly variable means? In Python, a variable is a named storage location in the computer's memory that holds a value. Think of it as a container that it can store different types of data, such as numbers, text, or more complex objects. Variables allows you to refer to a data by meaningful name, making your code easier to read and understand. Whatever program you are making, so you need to give a simple name to your variables so that it will be easy to write a code and run a code, and you will get your final result. Okay, here you can see variable can store different types of data set, numbers, text, complex objects. Then how to declare a variable. Unlike some other programming languages, Python doesn't require you to explicitly declare the data type of a variable. You create a variable simply by assigning a value of it using the assignment operator. Assignment operator equal to. Okay, here are some examples. In this example, age is nothing but a variable and 13 is its value. Okay, age equal to 30. 30 is a whole number, means numerical value, means you can store numerical value into your variable. Okay, then other is, next example is name equal to alias. Okay, you can store a string data also with the help of quotation. You can see whenever you are putting a variable, any string value into your variable, you should always put into a quotation. Otherwise, Python will consider it alias also as a variable. Okay, so if you want to write this code, you need to put this string into quotation. Next is price equal to 19.99. Here we are putting a decimal value. Okay, that means a float, right? Float data type. Okay, Python can store float data type into your variable. Next is underscore student, means boolean value. You can store boolean data type as well. Now there are some rules and regulations, okay, for naming a variable. Okay, you cannot start your variable with a number. Okay, so let's see one by one what are the rules of naming the variable. So must start with a letter A to Z or an underscore. Okay, so your variable should always start with any alphabetical number. Okay, alphabetical letter, sorry, not number. Okay, it cannot be start with number. Alphabetical letters means A to Z, any sentence, okay, or underscore. It can contain letters, numbers, and underscores. Case sensitive. In the given example, you can see it is a case sensitive my variable and my variable. Here you can see my variable start with lower, okay, lowercase. Here my is lowercase and variable is a v is a uppercase. Okay, so these are the two different. In this my variable, all the letters are lowercase. Okay, so this Python will consider both the both the names are same, but it will consider a different variable. Cannot be a Python keyword. Keywords are reserved words with respect with special meaning in Python. For example, I have already explained you keywords in my uh, previous classes, so you can go through it by watching that video. Here you can see if, else, for. These are some inbuilt keywords which are already there in Python. So this keyword you cannot use as a variable, otherwise you will get an error. There are some mostly used cases to write a variable. The first case is Pascal case, where every word starts with the capital letters and there are no spaces. You can see this. This is an example how you can write it with Pascal case, a variable you can make. You can see my name. If here student score, all the first letter of the word is capital. Okay. So student score S and S are capital, total marks T and M are capital here. Next is next case is camel case, when the first word starts with a small letter and the next word starts with a capital letter. C. The first word starts with a lowercase and the next word starts with uppercase. This is camel case. This is how also you can make a variable. Next is snake underscore case, where when words are separated using underscores and usually written in small letters. My underscore name, student underscore score, total underscore marks. Okay, you can make a variable with underscore. This is a mostly used variable case which people uh, used coding people used to write their variable to make their variable. Next is flat case. When all the words are written together in lowercase, this is a little bit confusing with no spaces or no symbols. So all the letters here you will see in smaller case. This is a flat case. Okay. Now, the best practices you should make a variable. Let me tell you. Use descriptive names. Choose names that clearly indicate the purpose of the variable. For example, if you are dealing with student data, so you can give student, make a variable like this. Student underscore name is better than only writing SN. Okay. If you are making any uh, monthly expenses, okay, you are making a code for monthly expenses and you want to make a variable so that you can make a variable like uh, with underscore or with simple rent, grocery rent equal to some numerical value, grocery equal to some numerical value. So make it simple and easy so that you can write the code easily. Next is use lowercase letters with underscores. Like in snake case, this is the recommended style for variable names in Python. User underscore age, product underscore price. Be consistent. Maintain a consistent naming style throughout your code. Avoid single character variable names except for loop counters. While technically allowed, single character names can make your code harder to understand. Okay, so more we will recommend use snake case only so that it will be easy to understand a to programmer as well as a computer to understand what you are trying to make. Then let's see what are the data types you can store in variable. Variables in Python can hold different types of data. Here are some of the common data types which you can store. First is integer, means the whole value, whole number, like 1, 2, 3, without any decimal. Float means a value which has a decimal in it. String means any alphabetical word, sentence, letter. Boolean means true or false. List, tuple, dictionary, and set. These are also some of the example of data types which you can store in variable. Okay. So as I told you, integer represents whole number, example 10, negative, it can be positive, negative, 0. Float represents numbers with decimal points, 3.14. Okay. String represents sequence of characters. Hello, Python 123 means you can store one more than one value also. Then Boolean represents truth values, either true or false. List represents an ordered collection of items like 1, 2, 3 in square brackets. Tuple lists are mutable. Mutable means you can make changes in list, meaning their contents can be changed after creation. Tuple represents ordered immutable. Immutable means you cannot make any changes in it. Okay, collection of items, and it is always under the parenthesis 1, 2, 3, apple, banana, cherry. Tuple cannot be modified after creation. Dictionary represents a collection of key value pairs like name, semicolon, alias, age, semicolon, number. Dictionaries are mutable. You can make changes according to your code. Then set represents an unordered collection of unique items like you 1, 2, 3, apple, banana, different types of data type you can store in set and with curly brackets. Okay, set always comes in curly brackets. Set and dictionary always stored in curly brackets. Okay, these are some data types which you can store in variable. We are going to see, let's let's suppose you want to know the what type of data type you have stored, so you can write this code like this: print type age. You can use this function which is inbuilt type function to determine the data type of variable. Age equal to 30, print type age, then you will get this output int, because 30 is a numerical value. Then that means it is an integer data type. Then next is name equal to alias. That means it will give you output string. That means alias is a string data type. Okay, let's write some let's make some variable to make you understand in a better way in your in our ideally. Okay, let's make a variable, a simple variable, making variable a equal to sign, assigning value and putting a value 1. Okay, this is a sorry integer value. We are storing number here, and let's print 2. 1 is a whole number. You can see you are getting the result as a 1. Next, let's make a variable b and put some decimal value. So now print b. See, so you don't need to write again and again this value. You just have to store this whole value into one variable, and whenever you are required in coding, whenever you are writing that code, you can use just this simple b, and whatever variable you are making, you can write that variable, and it will be easy for you to write the code. That's the magic of variable. Let's make another variable c, and here we are going to put, always remember, we are storing any string value means any alphabetical letters, then you have to put that letter, that word or a sentence in quotation. I'm putting my name, Bhavna, and printing print c. Okay, so this is number, this is a float, this is a string. Now let's make another variable uh, where you can add another numbers also. Like suppose you are making variable x equal to 10. Okay. Now you want to add one number into it. So you can add any number also with your variable, like print x plus 1. So you will get 11. Okay, so here you can add any number also with your variable. Then if you want to store more than one variable, that also you can do. Let's suppose you can make variable like this: p, q, and r. Okay, equal to, you can assign as many value as you want. 13. Okay, now you can print p, q, and r. So be careful whenever you are making variable, because variable is a case sensitive. If you put a capital P, Q, and R, it will not write your code. See, you got 11, 12, and 13 as your end result. So that's the way, these are the different ways where you can store different types of data types into your variable. So here in our first example, we have make a simple variable A, and we have given a sign value 1. Okay, variable always, we can always declare a variable with equal to sign, and variable is a case sensitive. There are different ways to write a variable. Okay, so that's all for today's class.